Hello and welcome to Car Question. This week we're going to drive the Mazda 3 2016, the Sport Edition. As you can see, there's not any changes in the design or in the look. Mazda simply decided to change the base equipment that the cars come with. The standard rear view camera is going to be in all Mazda 3, and they added some goodies in the option package because right now there's a lot of compact on the market and they are aggressive. A lot of them can have the merit to be comfortable. A lot of them have the merit to come well equipped, but not a lot of them are as much fun to drive as the Mazda 3 Sport. Car question this week, here we go. Let's talk about the exterior design of the Mazda 3 2016, the sport model that we have right now. And we have the option package, the GT, with everything inside. So it's the technology package. So our car right now is fully equipped. The first thing that you're going to see when you look at the Mazda 3 is the line of the design. Look at that, starting right there on the front, with the little line with the chrome accent going all the way up to the rear. And you're gonna see the two lines which are crossing right there in the door. Another one is starting to go up to the rear of the light. And depending on your position, you can see both of the lines where they are crossing. So Mazda is calling this style the Kudo style. And I'm gonna rely on the definition that I found on the Mazda website about this Kudo design. And the Kudo is the soul of motion design. It's the language about with graceful yet energetic lines, like the effect of the wind or the flow of water. Kudo is a unique expression of power and beauty, seen in an instantaneous motion at every moment motion begins. It's a cheetah pulsing on its prey. It's the moment a sword strikes the ancient Japanese art of Kendo. It's instantaneous power, speed, dignified tension, and sophisticated beauty, and it's highly seductive. Man, sake was good for that Japanese man who wrote all these texts. Well, in translation, this car is looking great. That's nice line, nice design. When you look at the front end. The Mazda logo, which is chrome, you can see the nice opening, and you've got the LED headlights right there, which are gonna act also as daytime running lights. Touches of chrome will go all the way from one side to the other, right at the tip of the headlight. You've got fog, you've got chrome under that, you've got another opening right there under, and I just love the long hood, once again with the light right there, the light starting nearly at the top of the headlight and going all the way up to the side. You're gonna see also a lot of radar system that we have because we've got the technology package right there. There's another line of chrome who's gonna go all the way up here to the rear of the window, to the rear of the door. And when you look also at the side mirror, the mirror has nice line into it. And right here, it's a small blinker. It's gonna turn on yellow as soon as you signal your intention to turns. And it's quite small because usually they go from all the way up here to the mirror, which is a little bit more stylish than this one. So if we look at the side, another thing that we are going to remark is the 18 inches wheel. Right now we have Blizzak LM32 215 45 18 inches tire, and you can see that those wheels are quite nice. Look at also the gap that I have between the tires, so there's not a big gap, so it's giving some performance style, of a car which is lower to the ground. You don't have a lot of ground clearance, that's for sure, during winter. Look also the protection inside, right there. the protection of plastic that you have, and you're gonna have another protection right there. That's gonna be quite good against rust or against rock that's gonna come in our way. So once again, nice sign of detail. Look also under right there, you've got another protection for all the little pieces that you're gonna roll on the road, and that won't go directly in your car. The rear section, since we have the the sport model, it's an hatchback. Twin exhaust pipes, LED design was also of the rear lights. I just love how they're lighting up. That's quite unique when you have the GT model. And also look at that, when you're gonna brake, that's gonna be LED, and the only halogen part is the lights when you're moving in reverse and your blinker right there. Nice line of the trunk once again, fluid. You're gonna see the Mazda 3 logo and the SkyActiv technology logo right there. You've got also a nice protection for your bumper, but over time you're gonna see little bits of stains who's gonna appear on that. So try to use a product that's gonna bring back or protect simply that pieces of metal right there. Zoom Zoom logo of the Mazda. Let's open the trunk. Nice big opening. And you're gonna have also your rear view camera right there, which is gonna be pretty useful when you're gonna move in reverse. You've got your wiper, you know, rear visibility is not that good, but you know what, this one will do the job to clean most of the part of the rear window. Nice spoiler, red color, little black accent right there, shark fin antenna. You've got a sunroof, which is not that big, but just okay for enjoying, you know, every time of winter that we're gonna have. So right now, when I look at the Mazda 3, I just love the element of styling that this car can offer you. Good old. All right, let's talk about the interior of the Mazda 3 2016, the Sport Edition. As soon as you open the door, you're gonna see the difference of color that we have right now between the seat and the black that you have inside. I don't find that ugly, you know, they made some nice design seats, pretty comfortable, but right now you can see already that there's a little bit of stain in the leather. That's gonna be hard to keep clean. Nice stitches, nice hole right there, nice perforation. You've got a nice contrast right there on the side, and I kind of love it. But you know what? The only problem is the color of the car and the color that we have inside it. Give me a black car. And by the way, the Mazda 3 2016 looks so good when you have it in black. But black, you know what? You have to wax it often. So right now, you've got good leather once again. You've got nice red stitches. You've got also a little bit of carbon finish. Well, it's plastic, but it's carbon style finish that you have right there. You've got piano black accent, nice aluminum, and you've got a little pieces of plastic, which is a little bit harder than the usual that you find in the car. Nice and inviting as soon as you step in. There you go, you're comfortable already as soon as you sit in, and you can see that they made a lot of effort, you know, giving something pretty inside. The thing that you're gonna also see or remark, it's the screen right there, which is popping right out of the center console. You've got soft material right there, plastic right there. Once again, carbon finish right there on the side. You've got your head-up display, which is hiding right now. As soon as you're gonna start the car, it's going to open. Little carbon finish once again right there on the side of the spoke of the steering wheel, and nice touches of some kind of chrome or, you know, metal style right there on the side, which is plastic once again. everything is nicely done, well executed. It's quite a unique interior when you look at it like that. So the steering wheel, once again, nice finish right there. Also chrome logo, everything is accessible. And no, I kind of love the design that they did with that car. Some people are gonna hate the way the screen just pops out like that, but you know what? That's a personal taste. So we're gonna start the car, and by the way, you've got the start-stop engine button, which is hidden by the wiper control right there. So if you want to start the car, you just have to move right there on the side and put your finger behind that. They should have put it a little bit lower, but let's press once. There you go. You're gonna see the Mazda logo showing on that 7-inch tactile screen, and you're gonna press once again, and you're gonna see everything, which is gonna light up. So remember, we have the technology package, which is a fully equipped car, and I love how the presentation is done when you turn on the car. So two simple buttons that you have right up there, so you can switch into mile per hour or kilometer per hour. You can also turn this up or down to simply change the lighting, or press once again to toggle through your trip A, trip B, and the full mileage of the car right now. Nicely done. I just love the design, how they made it centered on the revolution per minute. And you're gonna see your speed right there in the corner. It's quite hidden, so be careful. It's a good thing that you got your head-up display, but if you don't have it, it's gonna be hard for you to see what speed you are going while you'll be on the road, and you don't want to get any tickets, that's for sure. If we move right there to the middle of the car, you're gonna see your 7 inches tactile screen, and the tactile screen right now is related to all these buttons that you have. So if you move up or down the volume, by the way, it's a Bose system. You can see the Bose logo right there on the speaker. So you can move the volume up or down with that button right there, or you can simply use your plus and minus button right now on the steering wheel. Oh, and by the way, you have an info button that's going to change your average fuel consumption, your range, and you're also going to be able to see a lot of information as you switch it up or down. Bluetooth control, Bluetooth voice, phone control. You got your cruise control that you can switch on and off, which is going to show the speed that you've set it in, cancel and restart, and there you go. That's easy, you know. Right back to the radio. So you're going to control the radio with all that control over there. And by the way, you can switch through all the menu, but sometimes the bars just disappear. So if you choose the list of channel right there, you can move up or down, but you don't have always access to your favorite radio. So you need to simply push on that button, and now it brings you to the favorite, and you go press on the channel that you want, or you press on favorite once again, and you use the knob to choose your favorite radio. So I would have preferred, you know, to have a direct access to whatever configuration of my favorite was. If we move back to the FM radio, which is, you know, quite easy. You've got automatic memory, you've got favorite that you can access, HD radio, you can search, and you can simply choose whatever you want with that display, which is quite easy. So whatever you choose, as soon as you push on the knob, it's gonna go there, it's gonna bring you back to that. You're gonna have also once again to press on that option. There you go, press it once again. So you will always have to go back to the menu, but you know what? It's fast. So whatever you choose, if you go into the option, the next channel, the modification of the bass, the fader, ain't no problem. This thing is way fast. If you press the home button, once again, you switch into a menu which is incredibly quick. So let's go into the application. You're going to be able to have traffic circulation on the HA radio, but you know what? That don't seems to make that working a lot. Consumption, you've got your i-eloop system, and if you want to go into the menu, you have to press once again and move to the next screen to give you an average display of what's your fuel consumption, what's your average consumption. So once again, probably a little too much button to access. You've got everything that you need to program to remind you of your tire change, your oil change, your rotation of the tire, and probably a message about something going wrong with the car. The radio is right there. You're gonna also have your communication, your phone, whatever phone you want to connect with Bluetooth. Once again, is quite easy, and you're gonna be also able to switch to navigation. Navigation, wow, fast, simple. Navigation, circulation, traffic jam, where you are, 2D, 3D. Once again, fast and easy. I just love it that way. The last menu is going to be the setup menu, where you're going to be able to adjust your head-up display, the brightness, security, smart city brake support, blind spot monitoring. As soon as you're going to select it, you can deactivate it or make it much louder. You're going to have all your audio setting that we just saw, your clock, your wipers, which are going to detect the rain, blinkers, everything is inside. Bluetooth, system, the language, there you go. It's so complete and easy to go into. If we move a little bit down there, you're gonna see all your temperature control. And once again, look at the finish right there. I love the finish of the button, and once again, it's easy to use, dual zone, no problem. You just push on there and there you go. You can simply choose whatever temperature you want. All the controls are easy to access, and you can see with the blink of an eye on which setting you are. So once again, quite simple with the temperature. You've got a CD right there. You can put in a CD, which is, are becoming more and more extinct. It's kind of hard, to reach the access. So if you have your CD, you're gonna have to move it just a little bit down like that if you're in the park position. So it's not an easy access. You have the key which is quite simple. And you've got a place to put your cell phone, a little bit of storage right there. You've got your automatic transmission, 6-speed, and by the way, you have some shifting paddles, so you can press minus or plus right there to shift. They're in plastic, but they're okay. They're a little bit small though. And if you look also back at the transmission, you're gonna see the manual mode, so you can switch down. And if you want to go in the lower gear or in the higher gear, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get to push down. And if you want to go lower, you're gonna have to push up. You're gonna also see your gear in which you have selected, which is gonna be on the left of the screen right there. The sports mode is gonna make the car more lively, much quicker to simply change gears. So sports on and off, there you go. Full access to your button, your handle brake, which is nice stitches, cup holders, and as soon as you open this section, you're gonna have 2 USB port, and you're gonna have a little place right there to put your cable so it won't bend or broke. You've got a little tray that you can put back there. It's small, but it's useful. Your 12-volt connectors that you can simply put in. So if we move a little bit up right there, you've got the lights, which are kind of yellow. You're gonna have also the control of your roof. You can open it to the top like that. You also have your mirrors that you can slide open, and you have also an extension for the sun visor if you want to get away from the sun. Mirror, home link system, on off for the dimming, and there you go, fully complete car. You've got also a big access to the compartment right there. And what is that? Oh, somebody had a ticket. Who's that? So it's the SQ back in Quebec. Let me check that out. Ah, man, I'm making on the barber side. Okay, sorry, it's not me. What? Boom! Oh, that's a GV, that's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna close that. That's not me. So you've got your belt right there. You've got also all your passenger seating. You've got a nice handle. You can adjust the belt up and down with the pull of that button. There you go. and that car is quite complete. And let's start it. So if you want to see the head-up display, oh, let's put it in park. So you're gonna see the head-up display just go up like that. Mazda 3. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. I don't usually do that, but you're gonna see your speed. And by the way, if you close the, by the way, you have all your buttons right there. That's our, I'm gonna just move a little bit back. There you go. You're gonna have all your buttons, you know, to simply turn on the traction system, control, stability, BSM, AFS, and also your display. So if you turn on the lane change assist, the lane warning assist, you're gonna see that it's gonna change the side of the speed, and you're also gonna have an indication right there. I just love the way it just lights with the RPM. So there you go, 6,500 RPM. Just love how it revs. And by the way, when you're into manual mode, the car is not gonna shift for you, so you have to be quick and shift before you reach the red line. As soon as you turn off the car, there you go, you're gonna see a display and your head-up display will disappear. Let's go to the rear of the car. There's not a lot of space. So right now my seat is placed in my driving position, and you're gonna see there's not a lot of leg room. So it's not that big for our car right now, but it's usually what we're gonna find in the class, in the compact class. If I lower that, there you go, cup holders, and you've got also hook to put whatever things you want in the back, a simple light, and you push on the button right there to lower the seat. And by the way, I told you that it was hard to keep that clean. Probably some children just step in right there. So be careful, use some good cleaner, and try to use some product that's gonna extend the life of the leather. There you go, folded seats, a nice flat floor. Let's move to the rear of the car. And by the way, you've got a good access as soon as you open the rear door. So the button of the trunk is right there. There you go, going up. Nice opening, and you can also remove the cover if you want. So it's quite easy, you just pull that up. Right now I'm gonna put it back. There you go. And I could simply pull the thing up, there you go, and unlatch it. And I'm gonna be able, you know, to access a lot more space than if I had the trunk. A little bit of lighting right there, and you got enough storage. That's not that big, but it's not that bad. So right under there, spare tire, all your tools. You're gonna also have your strap if you want to tie it to something, and all your tools on site. So if I check on the side also, you're gonna see all your jack to simply lift your car if you're stuck with a flat tire or something. So that's gonna do it all for the back. Let's open the hood of the car. I'm gonna ask my assistant to help me open it. So I just pull on that trigger right there. And I'm gonna move to the front of the car, and Marcello is gonna open it. And you're gonna see that 2.5 engine. So it's been easier than last time, huh, Marcello? So you've got easy access to checking your oil, to putting some oil in. You got easy access to your battery. You got everything, which is quite simple. Right there, windshield, washer fluid. Quite easy to put whatever you want in, no problem with that. And quite a nice engine that's going to give you a lot of fun if you choose the 2.5. And you've got also the information that you got the i-eloop right there. I'm going to explain to you later what it does. A nice complete car, exterior and interior. I just love that. All right, let's talk about the mechanical parts of the Mazda 3 Sport. First of all, if you choose an option package, you might have the choice of two engines. So the first engine is going to be a 2.0 liter. You're going to have 155 horsepower in this one, and it's going to come up at 6,000 RPM. The torque, 150 at 4,000 RPM. If you go for the 2.5, and by the way, they're both called Skyactiv G, the 2.5 is going to be good for 184 horsepower, and that's going to come at 5,700 RPM. And for the torque, 185 pound-feet of torque, as low as 3,250 RPM. So that's kind of cool that you've got all this low-end torque available at such a lower RPM. And you're going to be able to get those numbers without using premium fuel in the car. So simply ordinary and no problem with that. The Skyactiv 2.5 liter engine has a high compression to give you the better fuel economy possible on this one, and it's gonna offer you also a good torque at mid-range and low range, because when you go into regular engine without that high compression, you're gonna have all that torque probably at much higher revolution. So Mazda right now is trying to do a great job at keeping those numbers in the low RPM range. Transmission, 6-speed manual as they call it, the Skyactiv MT, or a 6-speed automatic as they call it, the Skyactiv Drive. And you're gonna have a mod sport that you will be able to turn on or turn off simply by pushing a button. And you're gonna have some changes to that mounted to the steering wheel that you can simply push up or down by the twitch of finger. They're plastic, but they're small, but they're not bad to give you a good feeling while you're driving. But one thing is sure, if you go for the fully equipped model, so if you go fully loaded, be careful, because you won't have the choice of the transmission. You're gonna have to stick with the automatic transmission. She's not doing a bad job, that's for sure. She's sporty. She has good change of gear. It's fast when you need it, but it's not a manual. So be careful with the option that you choose. So you hear me say Skyactiv this, Skyactiv that, Skyactiv. By the way, the Skyactiv technology is not just an engine or a transmission. If you look in the books, it's the Mazda engineering for it's the strategy for them for saving fuel, get better security in the car. They want to lower the emission also with that, and be more intuitive when you're driving the car. Be more communicative, you know. And they want all that without doing any compromise to the style of the driving of the zoom vroom vroom style of Mazda, as they call it in French or in English. So when you talk about an engine who is Skyactiv, you've got an engine with a good pound-feet of torque that's going to give you good torque. You want an engine that's going to have a higher compression ratio. You will have an engine that won't have a lot of rubbing, you know, with the inside parts. So it's going to be less resistant between the parts. You're going to have also a 4-2-1 an exhaust manifold. The transmission, when you see that you have a Skyactiv transmission, it's more reaction, more precise. It's much quicker, you know, with the torque that you have. It's also a better fuel economy mated to those transmission. You know, you could have the better engine in the world, but if you're mated to a 3-speed automatic transmission, you won't do much with that fuel economy, that's for sure. When you talk about the chassis, the same thing with the chassis. They want it to be more rigid, you know, with the whole assembly. They are using high resistance steel, aluminum where you need to save some weight, and you want it to be agile at low speed and stable at high speed. They even call their all-wheel drive, and by the way, we don't have all-wheel drive on this car right now, but that would be a great addition. If you go into the all-wheel drive right now, Mazda gave a name
to their all-wheel drive components. It's called i-active all-wheel drive. So it's quite effective because they're going to verify about 200 times per second the wheel slipperage and give the power to the wheel that needs it. And Mazda all-wheel drive is performing really great. But you know, right now that was for the Skyactiv definition of term. Forget that, because we don't have the all-wheel drive right there inside the car. So let's talk about road handling of the Mazda 3 Sport. Road handling with that car is good. As soon as you stick it into sports mode, you floor it, there you go, it's ready, boom, major acceleration, hey, no problem with that. The car is gonna be ready at whatever speed. Right now I'm in the brakes, stepping on it, boom, just ready once again to go. And you know what, I'm only in sports mode, I'm not into manual mode, and that transmission right now is responding. There you go, going to second gear, I can even move to first. And if I don't change, look, I have to change. If I don't change it, the engine won't, the transmission won't do it for me. And I love the way that they do that, because it gives you a real sense of controlling the car. It gives you a little plus of doing whatever you want, you know, reaching the limit of the engine and switching another gear when you want. For the suspension is firm, but it's giving great impulse. You know, right now there's a lot of bumps on the road. I can feel them, but I can also hear them, by the way, because when you go over bumps, you hear that. We're on 18 inches wheel right now, so I think they're sending more bumps through the suspension, that's for sure. But you can also hear a little bit of wind noise, you know, when you're riding with that car. So it's not perfect sound and sonorization, but I can get used to that, that's for sure. So the automatic transmission is performing well. When I tried the manual some times ago, once again, it's a great transmission. No complaints about this one, that's for sure. Braking, turning, it's all precise with the Mazda right now. You get a good feeling as soon as you step in on the brake. You're able to dose your braking power depending on the situation where you need to brake. You can be on a close course and ain't no problem, this car is going to respond, but be sure not to push the brake too hard, because they will still be there to brake the car. But the only problem is that they're probably gonna send a little smell inside the car. Acceleration right now. There you go, nearly 100 right now. Got to be careful with the speed limit that I have here right now. Applying some brakes, and as I was saying, just be careful with them. Sometimes you get a little understeer when you're pushing the car too far, but I experienced that the most during the bad weather, during the bad condition. So I can judge from the tires that we have right now on the car are also winter, so I didn't drive it exactly in the condition that I want. So I'm gonna keep that low for right now. The comfort that you have in the car is pretty good also, and you've got a ton of security feature. Wherever you look, that's going to be there to help you. You got some blind spot monitor. You got also a nice heads-up display, which is helping you keep an eye on your speed. It's much better than the speed display that you have right now in the lower part of the cluster. You've got a rain detector. You've got also a rear view camera, which are standard right now on all the car. And by the way, if you want to hear what's going to sound like when there's somebody in my blind spot, oh, there you go. Just a little warning, you know, no correction of the steering wheel, no big input, and I love it that way. Just a little sound to make you wonder, whoop, what's going on right there. You've got also radar cruise control, collision warning, smart city brake support, and the brakes are always going to be ready, you know, as you will, they will get the braking pads closer to the disc to be sure that you are ready when you're going to give a good input of braking with the car right now. And that's probably why the brake is so good responding right now. Smart City Assist, automatic headlights, and by the way, the headlights are doing an awesome job in the dark. And you've got also directional light about 15 degrees to one side or another. But if you don't like that system, you're going to be able to close it whenever you want. So that's going to be up to your choice. Another thing, as soon as you go on the other side of the line, I'm gonna turn on the system right now. There you go. You can hear already the bump. When you're gonna go over a line, sometimes you get a beep in other cars. Sometimes you get a big warning. Sometimes you get something screaming. But right now with Mazda, it's a thump. Oh. And you have also your display showing you on which side of the road you are going too far away, because if I'm going too far away on the lines on those sides, the sound is gonna simply be turned on this side. So that's a nice feature right now from Mazda, to use the speaker to give a little knockoff bass to warn you to whichever side that you are going too far right now. You've got another thing which is quite interesting is the intelligent braking system in town, and I find that to be pretty neat. So when you're at low speed, it's always going to be ready, just as I told you, to give you a good stop. And tons of security feature for a smart car like that. Also, you have to go for the GT, the technology package to get it all done, to get it all inside the car right now. So a lot of security, a lot of comfort, and man, I'm gonna have to close that because the line in Quebec City, you know, I'm not a bad driver, but the lines are all messy. By the way, you can close all the system that you want with the buttons on the side right here. Comfort, good in front, great configuration of the system, also intuitive, easy. Sometimes you have to make a little 1 or 2 extra button to go wherever you want, and that's gonna be it for now. But it's easy to maneuver in, and that's what I like with that system. It's fast, it's nice. You got a nice screen, nice resolution, and I love it like that. Besides that, comfort in the back, no problem. Not a lot of space though, but you're gonna see in the back right here that you've got a little bump in the roof. That's gonna give you a little bit more headspace, you know, for taller person that are gonna sit in the back. Let's talk about fuel economy right now. Fuel economy, okay, listen to that. There's a lot of number depending on your engine choice and depending on whatever option you choose. So let's start with the basic 2.0 liter engine. If you go with the 2.0 liter engine, it's gonna be 5.9 on the highway, and if you go into city driving, that's going to be 8.2. If you go with the 2.5 manual, it's going to be 6.6 liter per 100 in highway mode, and when you go around town, 9.2. So it's a little bit high with that 2.5 engine right now in manual mode. Let's switch to automatic transmission, the Sky Active Drive. You're going to be able to do 6.5, so nearly the same thing on the highway, but the problem is going to be in the city, 8.7, so still a little bit high once again. But if you go with the fully equipped GT package with the technology, you're going to have a system which is called i-eloop. So the i-eloop, it's pretty simple. It's a capacitor that you have inside your car that when you're going to be braking or simply using your engine as a brake, it's going to store energy of the alternator in capacitor to use that later when you will need it. So when you're in acceleration, you know, if you have all your heated seat turned on, if you have anything electrical, it's going to consume. So it's going to need some power of the engine to produce electricity, and that alternator needs some powers to run. So right now, with all that energy that I've saved in my i-eloop system, I'm going to be able to use it later as soon as I'm going to be accelerating for anything else. So there's not going to be much resistance from my alternator. You know, guys, it's the same thing when you switch your AC on. You can feel the bumps, you can feel the car slowing down. So imagine right now how the engine is going to be if it doesn't have to push a lot the alternator just as he needs it to. So there you go, you're going to be able to save some fuel. So 6 liter on the highway and 8.2 liter around town, and that's exactly what we've been able to done during the week. So it's exactly the number that I've shown right there. If you go into a more sportive driving, be careful, because if you do that, you're gonna get a much higher fuel consumption. So if you drive it just like you're supposed to do by following the speed limit and everything, no problem with the car. You're gonna be able to do all the numbers that are shown on the Mazda website. So let's compare the car. Right now on the market, the compact class is full of model. Let's start with the Ford Focus. The Ford Focus, I love this car in the ST package. Incredibly fast, incredibly cool driving, the pocket rocket style. So it made me wonder, when is there going to be a speed version of the Mazda 3? We'll see. Let's talk about the Honda Civic. More comfortable, more spacious, but no hatchback version for now, but it's coming. We saw the picture at the Geneva Auto Show. And it's looking quite nice. It's going to be a strong contender when it's going to come out. So you've got the Kia Forte and the Hyundai Accent, as I could say, or even the probably more the Elantra GT, the version that is hatchback. That car is not bad. You got a lot for the low price that you're gonna pay, but it's still not the same reliability as Mazda right now. And Mazda made a huge warranty of its reliability that I'm going to tell you a little bit later about. So you've got the Chevrolet Cruze right now, which is also available as an hatchback version. It's looking nice. We will have to try it, but right now it needs to make it proof once again. It needs to get to buyers. It needs to get a reputation. Mazda has it right now when you compare it to the Cruze. You've got also the Volkswagen Golf hatchback. That is a strong contender. It's nearly the same good attribute, good transmission, diesel option, which is available. Oh, diesel, oh, I'm scared. Come on, relax. Not because there's a diesel scandal that we cannot talk about diesel anymore. Diesel is so much effective when you put it into a Golf, and you're going to be able to do high mileage with that. Transmission in the Golf is good, communication of the road. So those are two good contenders, but Mazda reliability once again wins me, but it's going to be up to you to decide. You've got also the Scion IM. It's more vanilla for the Scion IM. Not as fun to drive, not as challenging, but one price, goodly equipped, and it's going to come under the Toyota banner for soon. So once again, low sporty look, but Mazda has the fun of driving right now. Mazda has comfort inside. Mazda has good equipment, and it's got a good unlimited mileage warranty. So that's why it makes it such a good contender right now. So I might as well enjoy it as I'm driving it. Both system, power, road communication. There you go.
Let's talk about price. You know, Mazda wanted to be more competitive with its 2016 model. So when you look at the GX, the base model, you're gonna have to pay $21,160, but you're gonna have the 2.0 liter engine, you're gonna have your AC, cruise control, Bluetooth, rear view camera, and you don't have any option that you could add on to this car. But you know what? We're getting more and more implicated with the competition. You know, the Koreans are right there. So with the addition that we made to the standard equipment, we're going to be competitive. The GS model, $22,160. You're going to have 16 inches wheel. You're going to have your seat that are going to be able to warm you up during winter. It's going to be the same thing for the mirror, which are going to have a defrost function. Navigation ready, and the only option that you have is $900 for the sunroof. So it's up to you to decide if you want it or not. If you go with the GT model, $28,160, 18 inches wheel, just like those one, big xenon headlights, so good lighting in the dark. You're gonna have also your navigation by voice if you want. I don't use quite often that option, but hey, if you want it, you got it. You're also gonna have to, if you want to add it, you have the luxury group, but it's $2,100. It's gonna be all leather inside. You're gonna have your Bose audio system with the 9 speaker. That's cool because when you turn up the sound, you're gonna enjoy that. And you all have also the technology package, which has a lot of security feature, radar, you know, lane assist and everything like that. But it's gonna go way over $31,000. So it's getting pricier if you add all these options. So let's talk about the minus point right now. The minus points, the right is stiff, you know, with the 18 inches wheel, but you know, when you check at the tire, there's not a lot of tire on that. During winter, it's cool, no problem, but during spring, you know, when you got some potholes everywhere, that's gonna hurt the car probably a little bit. So the fully equipped version goes way over $31,000, so that might be a little high when you compare it to some other cars on the market. And you've got also no manual available when you go with a fully equipped car. That's kind of sad because I just love the performance styling, the performance orientation of Mazda that they're taking, but hey, no manual transmission in the fully equipped model, well, another choice that you might have to make. And besides that, when you're riding in performance mode, you can hear some wind noise, some tire noise when you're driving down your road, probably a little bit faster than you should. But you know what? You can hear it. Turn on the volume of that Bose system and you're gonna be okay. Let's talk about the plus points. If you go with the plus points, reliability is one thing, you know, it's good with Mazda. You know, the rust problem that they encountered a long time ago, hey, right now they solved it. So when you look at our car, we can see the improvement that they made to the paints, because this is a test car and sometimes they go through, you know, hard labor, hard work, and some people just are not easy on this car as they should, but you know what, it seems to hold up when you look at the quality of the paint. It's dynamic, it's versatile, and another thing which is quite good is the limited kilometers, the warranty. You can do whatever kilometers you want and it's gonna be okay. You're still gonna be in your warranty coverage. So 3 years bumper to bumper, hey, you made 100K, no problem, you still have your warranty. 5 years, let's say that you're at 4 years and you did 6,000 kilometers, wow, hey, no problem with that. 600,000 kilometers, no problem with that. Your car is still gonna be warranty, and that's cool. You know, Mazda is making a big step, you know, in the reliability concept right now. So it's fun to drive. You got the zoom style of Mazda, so it's fun to drive. When you're at it, you just have a big smile. And another thing, this little engine with the i-eloop system, you're gonna save fuel because it's not a big gas guzzler. So the final grade, I'm gonna give it an A+. You know why? Because if you want a car with a character, so if you have character and you want to show it, why not go with the zoom Mazda style? You got it with the Mazda 3 Sport. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any comments, it's down there that you can write them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we always like to share video with you. See you later, guys.